Julia, sorry. Good evening. We will get going in about a minute. So find your seats. We'll get the show on the road. All right, welcome everybody to the 2021 Spring Sports Awards. And we have a lot to celebrate this evening as we had a lot of success this spring. But at first, we want to give a round of applause to the athletes for their adversity in this season as well as the school year. So the way that you handled this season and the school year, so much kudos to all of you and a lot of respect. Because that's something that our generation and your parents did not go through. So you're going to be a strong generation that's going to lead us when we're in the nursing homes, and we're gonna be in good hands. So we are very proud of you. All right, obviously we want to get through tonight's program pretty quick to get you out into your team breakout sessions, which I will direct you at the end of the program. First off, some thanks, as we usually do. Dr. Britton, Ms. Lawson, and Mr. Hershon, who is the middle school principal, who are obviously big supporters of the students, athletes, and athletics. They do a lot behind the scenes to make athletics run. Our teachers, who allow for a lot of early dismissals this season, especially this year due to the COVID, as well as the bus company not having a lot of bus drivers. So we really appreciate the way that the teachers work hard in the classroom to push our athletes to do well in the classroom, as well as being understanding of the role of a student athlete. The custodial staff, who keep the buildings open, running, and clean. I think they deserve a round of applause because they have really done an awesome job. The office staff, Kelly and Trish, obviously they do a ton for athletics in terms of preparing this program, the certificates you're going to get, as well as collecting some uniforms sometimes. If you have a uniform, bring it to the main office, and then we'll get it to the right spot. The grounds crew and the buildings crew, Carl Johnson, Nate Strikars, and Greg Archer, as well as Linda Martin, who are always willing to do anything they need to set up or to clean or direct their staff to do what we ask. The new M&J coordinator, Nancy Bordenero, who has taken on the role from Mrs. Johnson in juggling all the buses. We have a lot of combined buses this season, but they do an awesome job, and we're hoping moving into the 21-22 school year that we won't have to combine, and they're going to hire some bus drivers over the summer. The temporary ADs who filled in my medical absence, Coach Sam Vanier, Coach Searson, and Mrs. Ianello, who really worked to keep everything going. I want to give them a little appreciation and a shout out because they were holding down their normal jobs as well as running around taking care of athletics. So let's give them a round of applause even though they're not here. The sideliners, we all know they are a great group that supports the student athletes in all athletics at the high school and the middle school. We have a dedicated group of parents who go above and beyond, provide the flowers and any equipment that we may need when we have requests. So thank you, sideliners. Our coaches this spring, who did a wonderful job in holding down the COVID protocols, as well as pushing their athletes to stay focused during this very tough year. We are fortunate to have a dedicated group of spring coaches. We have Coach Borg and Coach McGrew for baseball. Let's give them a round of applause. Coach Murphy and Coach Rose, and Coach Luke for outdoor boys and girls track. Let's give them a round of applause. Coach Pietroia and Coach Bell for softball. Let's give them a round of applause. Coach Santaveneer and Coach Searson for golf. And two new coaches who did a wonderful job in building our tennis programs this year, Coach Bonin and Coach Corp. Let's give them a round of applause. And then our unified sports, we did not compete against any other schools due to some COVID protocols, but they worked really hard in practice sessions to keep the unified sports program going. Let's give Ms. Doherty a round of applause. So a personal thank you to all the coaches for all that you have done to make our jobs easier and, really guiding our student athletes, not only on the field but in the classroom and teaching them those life lessons that athletics provide. It's invaluable. And student athletes, you'll see that when you get a little bit older. You'll reflect back on some of the situations and experiences you had, and you will really appreciate your coaches. So make sure you say thank you to them when you see them. All right, so season summaries. We have softball. Some of us might not know that we combined softball this year as a co-op with East Hampton due to low numbers on both ends. So softball had a very unpredicted and successful season in a co-op due to the low numbers with East Hampton. The team created bonds that will last a lifetime. Leah May earned honorable mention in the Shoreline Conference. Let's give Leah a round of applause. Many other Portland athletes had great moments in the 2021 season. Coach Pietroia and Coach Bell are extremely proud of the girls' dedication and commitment during a very tough season and year. So nice job, ladies. And like I said, Leah May hit a couple home runs this year. She actually almost broke the Cromwell scoreboard, which has not happened in Portland in probably over 10 years, a home run out of the park. So we have a little up-and-coming athlete there. On to baseball. Although the baseball team struggled a little bit this spring, the bonds and experiences with coaches and teammates and experience of playing at Dunkin' Donuts Park in Hartford and Palmer Field in Middletown will be memories forever. Nevertheless, the team, led by 5 seniors, worked around quarantines and injuries and never stopped striving to improve and compete. Several freshmen and sophomores earned valuable playing time, which will help the team next year and in the years to follow. We welcome 2 new coaches this spring to the staff, Coach Alex McGrew and Jason Staub, who we said goodbye to Portland's athletic trainer, Jill, who left us at the end of May for medical reasons as well as to pursue her grad work. So let's give Jill a round of applause for stepping in during a very tough year. And I would like to give a shout out to Coach McGrew as well. He has willingly stepped into 4 roles this year. He did middle school boys soccer and JV boys soccer, as well as middle school baseball and JV baseball, which took a lot of dedication, and we are very appreciative to the role that he stepped into and his valuable knowledge on the game as well as the life lessons. So let's give Coach McGrew a round of applause. The baseball team would like to thank the athletic directors, Ms. Lawson, and grounds crew, the bus drivers, the sideliners, and our faithful fans for your support this year. So thank you to the baseball team. Boys and girls track. The boys and girls track team had a remarkable season, seeing that they were unable to hold any track meets at home. You know I had to throw that in there. It's coming. The track is coming. We had multiple Shoreline Conference state champions as well as multiple team members qualify for state championships and ultimately the state open, which was held today. And Coach Murphy provided a list of everything. I had my own write-up, but I'm going to go with Coach Murphy's. The girls track had a season record of 4-1. The team was 4th at the Shoreline Championship, and the medal winners, all conference, Sam Dumais, discus. Let's give a round of applause. Sean Laverty, 1600, came in 3rd. The ladies with the 4x800, they came in 3rd. Lily Tablione, Sean Laverty, Abby Pickle, and Julia Berthum. Sam DeMay again came in third in the shot put in the shoreline. Lila Delandre had fifth in the high jump for the shoreline. In the 4x100, they came in sixth place. Lily Tablione, Veronica Candro, Lila Delandre, and Lily Larson. In the Class S state championship, they placed 15th. In the 1600, Sean Laverty placed 6th. And the 4x800 came in 4th of the ladies we mentioned. And pole vault, Katie Wright came in 3rd. What a remarkable job by the ladies track team. We're very proud of you. Boys track had a season record of 3-2. School records for JP Runte in the 100 and 200. The team placed 4th at Shorelines. The medal winners for Shorelines were as followed: all conference JP Runte and the 200. All conference Jackson Decker in the javelin. Again, JP Runte's second team all conference in the 100. 110 high hurdles, this gentleman placed 6th. And the 300 intermediate hurdles, he placed 6th, and that's Jack Tursek. The 4x800 relay placed 4th, which on the team were Owen Delisle, Brace Wykrikis, Derek Tewksbury, and Thomas Stoto. In the high jump, Luke Verano placed 3rd. In the long jump, Simon Candike placed 4th. In the Class S state championship, the team placed 5th overall, and I know this gentleman worked really hard for a couple years, obtaining all-state Jackson Decker in javelin. Another gentleman that worked really hard and earned all-state this year was JP Runte with the 200. And the 4x800 of Owen Delisle, Bryce Wykrikis, Derek Tewksbury, and Thomas Stoto placed 5th. Those that qualified for the state open, the state open was earlier today. JP Runte placed 10th in the 200-meter dash. And Katie Wright placed 20th in pole vault. So, if many of you know, but the state open is all the classes combined. So that's a great accomplishment. You know, we are Class S, but we can compete with anybody. Always keep that in the back of your mind. So that's the track team. Let's give a round of applause for track. All right, we have two teams that are not joining us tonight, which is golf, due to a conflict with the coach as well as some of the athletes, and they're going to be holding their own night, as well as softball will be going to East Hampton to join their ceremony. So even prior to the golf team successes with their championship, they were not joining us due to the conflict. So the golf team, the PHS golf team, had another remarkable season, capturing their 4th state title in 5 seasons. The team posted a perfect 10-0 Shoreline record, along with their victory at the 2021 Shoreline Championship. The team was led by Shoreline Player of the Year freshman Luke Stennett, who also captured the Division IV individual title by birdieing the final hole of the state championship. I was there for that, and it was quite a moment for that young man to medal as well as win it for his team on the last hole. So let's give a round of applause to Luke. According to Coach, this was the deepest team in the history of the program, having 8 different players contribute to the varsity team. Senior captains Nick Benishevsky, Luke Francesco, Ben Lucas, Nick Matera, and Mason Pearsall helped develop an outstanding culture for the entire team. In addition to an outstanding boys record, the Portland girls, made up of senior Carly Graves and junior Hannah Brunk, had a great season, winning 5 of 6 matches. That's a pretty big accomplishment for those 2 ladies to go out there and battle for Portland, just those 2. So let's give them a round of applause. Other individual accomplishments included freshman Quinn Lipinski earning first team all-conference honors, along with a top 3 finish at the Shoreline Tournament and a top 15 finish at the state championship. Senior Ben Lucas earning second team all-conference honors and a top 11 finish in state championship. Sophomore Joe LaMalfa also had outstanding contributions throughout the season, including his top 20 finish at the state championship. The junior varsity team also is full of talented golfers, and they had a great deal of success as the team hopes to continue their outstanding run moving into the 2022 season. Let's give the golf team a round of applause. And just a shout out to Coach Sam Vanier, who has won 4 state championships, 2 Shoreline championships in 5 years. You know, the golfers have to go out and do it, but the environment that Coach Sam Vanier has created and his detail in his instruction is unparalleled, and we are all very proud of Coach Sam Vanier. The girls' tennis team, which was established 5 years ago. The Portland High School girls' tennis team finished the regular season with a more than respectable 10 wins and 6 losses. Let's give a round of applause for that. Obtaining a 7th place ranking in Class S and a home court advantage for the state team tournament the first time ever. What an accomplishment. In the state tournament, the team's opening round versus Coventry resulted in a 6-1 victory. So not only did they get into the postseason, but they got their first victory, which they were put up against the second-seeded Litchfield team, which eventually was beat by our Shoreline partners, Old Lyme. So we got them back with the Shoreline. But it was a great run, and here are the individual acknowledgement. Kylie Walsh, second singles player, qualified for the State Individual Open, and her name was submitted. Unfortunately, due to COVID restrictions this year, only the top 24 singles players in the state were invited by the committee to participate. However, Kylie's record of 9-3 speaks for itself. Congratulations, Carly. Our entire team qualified and participated in the Shoreline Tournament. Several players advanced to the next round before being eliminated, including Ava Hurley, Kylie Walsh, Amelia Hare, and Isabel McClellan. Let's give them a round of applause. Coach would like to thank her captain, Jordan Shortell, and co-captain Ava Hurley for their leadership this year. And she would like to give a huge thank you to all the girls for an amazing season, and she's really looking forward to next year. So let's give Coach and the girls a round of applause. All right, boys tennis. The boys tennis had just as much success. The 2021 Portland boys tennis season team differed from the previous several years due to one key factor. There was a boys season this year. That's from Coach. So, Coach, we were very happy we were able to give a season. Coming back from a long hiatus with a couple handfuls of inexperienced, untested, yet confident and determined players, along with a first-year head coach, the Portland boys tennis team set sail into the uncharted waters of the Shoreline Conference, which is not an easy conference for boys tennis. Brave as these players might have been, all but the most optimistic believed their destiny lay at the bottom of the Shoreline Conference rankings. But lo and behold, at the season's end, this group found themselves firmly in the middle of the pack. And with a 400 record and eligible for the Class S state tournament, where they took on 2019 Shoreline Conference champions Cromwell. And they came away with a 4-3 victory before going down the same day on a bus to Old Lyme and losing to Old Lyme, which was, I think, the number 1 team. Were they? Number 2 team. So let's give them a round of applause for that. Along the way, every player showed significant improvement in tennis IQ and ability, which is all we want to see. Cody Daggett, Noah Charpentier, Eamon Pania, Braden Mazel, Brady Talarico, and the doubles team of Ben McGrew and Trevor Tewksbury all qualified for the Shoreline Conference tournament with at least 4 conference wins. And amazingly, in his first year playing competitive tennis, senior Cody Daggett was named to all-conference second team. Congratulations, Cody. The 2020-2021 boys tennis team certainly exceeded expectations and laid down a solid foundation for the future of the boys tennis program here at Portland High School. Unified Sports, the team, as I mentioned, keeps building and joining more and more events as the years progress. They didn't compete this year, but we look forward to next year getting back on the field and the court for those talented athletes and their partners, which is a wonderful thing to see. If you've never been out to a Unified Sports event, please try to do so. We look forward to another successful year in 2021, 22. Look for all the events in the schedule of the fall of 2021. Before we move on to the boys and girls outdoor track senior night ceremony, we'd like to recognize our 2 CIAC scholar athletes who did just as well on the field and the court as they did in the classroom. I mean, to hold down your schoolwork as well as compete as an athlete at a high level is very impressive, and you deserve acknowledgement, and we're so very proud of you. That's Kylie Walsh for the girls. Kylie, come on down. And for the boys, Mr. Justin Rank. I would like to thank Mrs. Jagoda and Mrs. Daggett for the flowers for the senior night. I'm going to call up Coach Murph and his wife to hand out the flowers. When we call you down, we would like your parents to join you, and then we will be able to get Mr. Bernard. We have the pictures. Oh, there you are. And please stay up here. As soon as we take your pictures with your parents may go back, and then let's have just the senior athletes stay up. All right? All right, Coach Murph, you want to come up? All right, boys, seniors, Bryce Wykrikis. He's not here, okay. Lucas Verano. Okay. So want to take a picture with the two? Okay, I'll hold it. Luke, just slide down. Up next, Connor Tatro. Yeah, take your mask off for a picture. Thomas Stoto. Thomas. Love his shoes. Thomas. Like the same shoes. He's a Justin Rank. Jackson Decker. Justin Coe. Gentlemen, you want to slide over and we'll get one picture of just the gentleman, all right? Or stay where you are, and Coach Mr. Bernard will go over. Gentlemen, stay up, just slide down, and we're going to take a picture of all the seniors when the ladies join you, okay? All right, ladies seniors, Mariana Bates. Julia Berthum. Lila Delare. Veronica Candro. Sam Dumais. Katie Wright. All right, boys and girls track seniors. Number 1, congratulations on a great season. And number 2, act like you like each other and squeeze down so we can get one big picture. Slide it on down. Oh, you got to get the girls. Just the girls. Wait, mass. No, keep them on, keep them on, keep them on, keep them on, keep them on. Spread out a little bit. And then take them off. And then take them off. Will you be able to fit all of them if they spread out? Yeah, everybody. Mask back on. Hey, hold on. Spread a foot out and take your mask off so you can see your face. Spread out, arm's length. You're going to have these forever. You'll have these forever. Spread out a little bit, Luke. Spread out a little bit. All right, mask back on. Nice job, seniors, this year. You are going to go to your breakout sessions. If anything is incorrect in terms of your name, like a letter's missing, or it's the wrong letter, if you didn't get your letter or pin, just come see me tomorrow, all right? Or shoot me an email and we'll correct it, all right? So we're very proud of you this season, those seniors that are heading off to college or a tech school or your career. We wish you the best of luck, and know that Portland High School is always your home, and we welcome you. You will be a Highlander forever. At this point, we're going to conclude our ceremonies in the auditorium. We really appreciate everybody attending, and we're going to have the boys and girls track stay in the auditorium. Girls tennis will go to the middle school CAF right across the hall. Boys tennis will go to the high school CAF across from the main office, and baseball will be in the high school library. Have a good evening and get home safe. You want this on? You want this on? All right. Thank you, Coach. Yep.